Hey guys, it's Pat from Pat's Brewery, and today we're going to be bottling up some beers using the iTap. The iTap from Boel. Quite a few other brew tubers out there have already done videos showing off the iTap. I've not done one yet, and I wasn't going to because there's so many else up there, but considering how many bottles I'm planning on doing today, I thought it was a good opportunity to kind of show you my setup of it, which may be a little bit different from other people's, I don't know, probably not that much, but also kind of, yeah, have another video where people might want to watch. So anyway, let's get you off your stand and I'll give you a little bit of a close-up of the setup. Okay, so I've got my iTap added in to the collar of my kegerator. If I bought a alternate version of this, I think, oh, it's another piece, I think it's called the E or the G connector, you can add into here and actually use the iTap as an actual tap. Okay, that'd be a little bit much, you know, having 7 taps on at a time, but you never know, it could be fun for the future. The way that it works, if you are not aware, is that the iTap has a number of bits. So the piece that is on here is effectively what holds your bottle to the iTap. So we're using the plastic PET bottles, but you can use most standard glass bottles. Once the bottle's in there, you tighten that round so it's fixed. We've got a button here which connects to the gas line, and what that does is fills that bottle with gas. You then use this little knob here, which will then vent anything or any of the gas in there through this outpost here. Now I've got mine set up to go into a glass down there. That's just so that any excess beer will also go down that boat. Now if we open this up, you can hear that's the gas expelling. So what you tend to do is do a couple of purges. That way we make sure that there's nothing in there but CO2. Then when it's done, obviously I've not got anything hooked up, but this is just a quick dry run demo. What you do is it'd be hooked up to a keg around the back. You pull your tap down, which engages the keg, effectively the beer line. Then by opening up this valve, it lets the gas out and the beer in, and then there's this lovely cascade of beer down the sides of the bottle, filling it up until it's eventually full when you close that. And then remember to turn this off. Oh, that's a mistake that we make quite a bit. But then you open it up, take this off, and then cap it, and you're done. Nice and easy. I will be positioning you so you can see this in action, but that's the dry run and the external components. Now, with regards to the internal components, so you can see that the shank comes through there. We've got our beer line. So I'm going from, so it's 3/8 down to 3/16, and then I've got another beer line at 3/8. I think it's only about 4 foot, 4 or 5 foot of that one. That's why I stuck the restricting beer line in there. But we've got spaghetti junction in here anyway, so never mind that. So Pat, I hear you say, how many beers are you planning on bottling today? Well, if I've got enough, I'm going to be bottling around 48 bottles. 48 bottles of beer on the wall. But That is if we've got enough. The intention is to have around about 8 bottles of each. Hang on. There we go. Quite a bit cleaner, that one. So again, just running some sanitizer through the beer line first before we actually get this all up and engaged. We do have the risk of potentially emptying some kegs. That's not that big a deal because that means I get to brew more. The intention is to try and send out quite a few of these. Obviously, not all of them will be going out, but you know, maybe hold some back for maybe a competition or two. Who knows? Who knows? But let's get some of these bottles sanitized first. As well as some caps. I know a few people are going to say, Pat, why aren't you getting the old bottle tree out? Because you know I hate the bottle tree. It's a pain in the arse. Much rather just do it a little bit like this. Have that all set up. Okay, so let's go through this first one round. So this is effectively my spittoon bottle. We won't be actually serving any final beer, or no final beers will be going into this. This is just going to be used to collect the star san out of the first runnings while we connect the first keg, and then we'll probably use the same bottle for collecting any potential mixture of beer between beers. So as we add more star san, clear out the line, we'll be using this, and then obviously once over and over again. So we add that in. I'm actually already going to have that open. Going to have the tap down, and we're going to start off with our Heaven Horizon Hefeweizen. Can you see that filling up from there? Maybe, maybe not. Right. In any case, that has definitely, it doesn't take much to clear out the beer line, just a little bit. Cool. Right. Actually, let's maybe see about getting you a nice close up. So, sanitized bottle goes in, onto the hooks. It's tightened in place. Pressurized, purged, pressurized, purged, once more pressurized, then we open that down and we crank open the valve. See the beer cascading down the side, and then the beer raising to the top. Now, with regards to how much we fill it in, see a little bit of beer coming down there. I like to try and fill it a little bit more. That way we make sure that we are capping on foam. Now I do need both hands for this bit, so sadly no more close-up. So we have our beer, we have turned off the valve, sanitised cap, beer tap up. I put a little bit of pressure on the bottle up. You hear that? Pull out and we cap. Just like that. Now we take our tea towel, which is over here, give it a little bit of a twist. We'll pop it. In the box. So we're halfway there. I'm going to be going out and grabbing some lunch in a bit actually. I'm a little bit dubious about the south pour, so these middle 8. I think I may have not actually connected the coinage connection properly because there's over foaming on there, whereas the other two didn't. There may also be some oxygen ingress while we're bottling, so I'll give it a couple of days and try one of these, but hopefully it's not a wasted beer, but you don't know, you don't know. So it is the next day. I didn't return to it yesterday, so done the rest of the bottling today, doing the Red Horse, the mild, and the oat milk stout. We did kick a keg, and not surprisingly, it was the Red Horse Rainbow Rye. Yeah, we only managed to get 3.5 bottles of the Red Horse, which is a good thing in one way because it shows that we've done really well. You know, people drank it and it was liked. But unfortunately, that does mean that I won't be able to share that much because actually the Red Horse is going to be the one that I'll probably going to try and hold to one side and maybe put into a competition at some point. I've bottled everything else though. It will be interesting to see how the New England IPA turns out in the bottle because obviously that's one that's classically susceptible to oxygen. So yeah, that'll be an interesting one. And again, I think I mentioned earlier about how I think my corny connector wasn't on properly with the Southpaw Blonde Ale, so there might have been some oxygen mixed in with that one as well, so we'll see. Yeah, the next thing to do is get some labels marked up, get them stuck on, and then we'll send them out to a few people. So yeah, so I think that'll do. This one's just turned really into a little bit of a review, a show off of the iTap, which I do think it is easier than using the carb caps that I've shown in a previous video. But that being said, you know, it is a bit more expensive, well, quite a bit more expensive than just the carbonation cap. So you know, everything's got its place, doesn't it? With that amazing bit of wisdom, we'll finish it up there. Until next time, guys, Pat from Pat's Brewery. I'll see you next time.